Okay, hi everybody. Looks like we're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just find us in the group here. And there we are. Hi. I'll just tag as well at everyone. There we go. We're live. Welcome. If you are joining us live, please say hi. And if you are watching the replay, well, please just tag hashtag after party. Let me know that you're watching as well. Hey, hey, Melissa, good to see you. Drop us a love and a like, and that will help everybody else who's looking for me be able to find the video, because I know that can be challenging sometimes as well. If you are watching, let me know, because I can't see everybody who's joining as well. Just drop me hi in the comments. All right, everyone. Today we're talking about how to stay on your path when others are triggered. Okay. I think this is very topical with the holiday season, with Thanksgiving for those guys in the US, with Christmas and parties and events and things coming up. We have many people out there in our life who don't really support our journey, who get very afraid of our changes and our successes. And so we're going to talk about that today, because this is a very real thing for many of us. Hey, Christopher, thanks for watching. Hey, Deb, good to see you in here too. This is a very real thing. And when you start changing your life, changing your habits, achieving success, especially with weight loss, changing your diet, right? Getting healthier, getting happier, you'll start noticing something. And that is that certain people around you will start to get triggered. It's not because you're doing anything wrong. Because your growth can expose their stuckness. Also, it highlights where other people may have different beliefs to you, and their beliefs get challenged as well. And the reactions from people can be quite wild out there, and like condescending, defensiveness, power plays, eye rolls, and things like aggression that is disguised as concern. And if you are not grounded, if you are not feeling really super sure of yourself, this stuff can make you want to shrink, can make you want to hide away, stay small, so that you can fit in with everybody else around you and be approved. Because as human beings, we are programmed to fit in. We're programmed to fit in, to shrink ourselves so that we can stay part of the clan. Because if we're different to the clan, if we have different ideas or different behaviors to the rest of the clan, we're going to be booted. And if we're booted from the clan, we're going to die. There's a very, very primal need for us human beings, because we are pack animals, we're mammals, we're designed to survive in groups, in tribes. And so that desire to shrink ourselves to fit back in with the tribe is very, very, very real. In fact, I'm going to be talking about this more on my challenge that's coming up next week, the Rewire to Release challenge. This is one of the ways we keep ourselves stuck. Our environment, the people we hang with, are a massive influence on our behavior. And so if you are feeling really stuck in this situation, if you know that there's people around you who are not supporting your journey, then maybe come and join this challenge. I'll talk about it more at the end, so just stay tuned for that. So the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because something happened to me at the weekend, and this is not just a one-off. I've had this happen many times. And I was at friends gathering the other night. They were having their annual Christmas gathering, and there is a particular person, or couple of people, let's just say, in that circle. These are not my close friends. These are neighborhood friends. And I'm closer with some of them, but I'm not very close with others. And there was someone in that circle who's a naturopath. And I've known her for years, right? And she has a lot of clients, people who are, within that friend group. She works with a lot of women in menopause. And I went up to her and, I wanted to have a genuine conversation with her about what she does. And I wanted to connect, health professional to health professional. And, we're having a conversation, and her response was, it actually quite disgusted me. It was very, very immature. Her response was not about connection. It wasn't warmth. It wasn't curiosity. What I got back was pure ego. And she started to behave like my knowledge, my credentials, my qualifications meant nothing compared to hers. She started rattling off the amount of study that she's done, her certifications, her credentials, like somehow she needed to prove that she was more qualified than me. Like somehow she needed to dominate the conversation and put me down, almost make me feel like I have no right doing what I do, talking about what I talk about, because I don't have the same types of qualifications that she does. And it was disgusting. It was disgusting. The energy shift was immediate. And I believe she does this. She gets like this when she's had a few too many wines or beverages. And so I literally just picked myself up, got up and left that conversation. I was not going to sit there and listen to somebody try and shoot me down who's supposed to be a friend. I know my qualifications. I know what I've learned. I've probably spent as much money, probably more, in my own education. I just Googled what it would cost today to train to be a naturopath, and it said somewhere between $40,000 to $70,000. I don't know if that is actually the mark, but I know she's been a naturopath for a very long time. She probably studied a long time ago before it cost that amount. I know that I've put at least 80 grand into my education. So, and I don't want to bring it down to like, how much we've invested, but I've invested in my qualifications here. So I know that I have a right to talk about what I talk about. And I just said to her, hey, I'm about helping people change their behavior, change their habits. I don't do what you do. Our qualifications, our expertise is in very different areas. This is not a comparison. We're in the same field of helping people. We just have different ways of doing it, and both are incredibly valid. So that just made her, I don't know, worse. And so I got up and left. Also within that same crowd, there's another friend who has a sports science degree. And some time ago, he tried to do the same thing on one of my posts, tried to tell me that I had no idea what I was talking about when it came to nutrition. And he just let out had a big tantrum on one of my posts. And even though I tried to come back just with, being patient and just trying to educate him and saying that, we know so much more. We're talking about diabetes. We know so much more about diabetes health today. We know that it's not carbohydrates. It's not caused by carbohydrates. We know that it's caused by saturated fat that is lodged in muscle and liver cells. And I was actually explaining the mechanism. Did not want to know. And anyway, I just left that conversation because I thought there's no point trying to talk to him. He's still stuck in old beliefs. That's okay. Well, he was there at the gathering the other night too. Did not talk to me. I've been to his 60th. I've been to his 60th birthday. He came to my 50th birthday. I've been to his wife's 60th birthday. She didn't talk to me either. She's an artist. I've got several pieces of her art in my home. So this is real. This stuff is going to happen. Now, it may not happen to the level that it might happen to you, and it might be very different things that happen to you as well. But it still happens to me as somebody who is completely qualified to talk about what I talk about, right? There are people out there who still do not see my expertise as valid. There is people who still want me to be who I was before I started doing this. And you will have people in your world as well who still want you to be the old version of you because that's how they know you. And the thing is, this sort of behavior towards me used to make me question myself. It used to make me pull back and shrink and want to dim my light, not rock the boat, not want to upset other people. And that's bullshit. I refuse to do that now. I know that some of my clients have experienced similar things. Take my client, Lisa, for example. And Lisa, I hope you don't mind me sharing this. But Lisa came to me and she reversed her type 2 diabetes and she's lost over 65 pounds now. And when she saw, I put a post up to my haters the other day and it got a lot of attention, and she saw it and she messaged me and she goes, hey, when you posted that, I felt that because I'm getting the same thing from people. She looks and feels incredible now. And she's a walking billboard for what's possible when you actually change your lifestyle. When you change your lifestyle, when you do it, when you make that commitment. But she has friends who are triggered as hell because her success proves that it is possible, which means that their belief that it's too hard or impossible gets shattered. And no one likes having their story disproven because we'd rather stay stuck in it. The ego always wants to be right. This is why we get pushback. This is why people project onto us. They project their inner fears and doubts onto us. And this is why people judge us too. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the story that they are trying to protect. Now, I don't know what this naturopath's story was that she was trying to protect. Maybe she felt threatened by my success. Maybe she felt threatened that, I don't know, that I do way more on social media than she does. I don't know. I don't know. She has nothing to feel threatened about. I'm not trying to take her business. Maybe she thinks I am. I don't know. I don't know. But my clients are not the same as hers. I work with people who are or want to be plant-based. She works with anyone, and she works with people locally in this area. Many of my clients are from the US or other parts of the world. We don't cover the same market, and that's okay. And we're both trying to help people. And that's a good thing. The world needs more of us. Right? The truth is, when you grow, you are going to challenge somebody's identity, their worldview, their beliefs, what they believe is possible, what they believe is true. Yeah. And the ego hates feeling wrong. So instead of self-reflecting, people go into a defensive mode. This is when they will belittle, they will criticize, they might flaunt their own credentials, they will mock you, they will try and push you away, they'll make snarky comments, they'll roll their eyes at you, make comments about what's on your plate or what's not on your plate, make comments about your body and your weight. Another client has been experiencing this too. Both her husband and some friends have been saying she's too skinny. She's at her goal weight. She feels great. She feels good in her body for once. And yet they're telling her that's not good enough because they themselves are unhealthy, sick, and struggling with their weight. And they can't, or they haven't been able to do what she's doing. Right? They want to stay in their excuses. So other people's reactions are not about you. It's about other people's nervous system trying to protect them, trying to protect their old identity. And this has been happening for decades. Like, I want you to think about the leaders in the plant-based space. Colin Campbell, Caldwell Esselstyn. Colin Campbell discovered the link between animal protein and cancer cell growth. And he thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to be celebrated. I'm going to be heralded. This is amazing. We've found a dietary link between cancer and found the link to dietary cancer, the link that the mechanism that makes cancer cells either grow or shrink, and that's animal protein. He thought this was going to change the world. Instead, he got fired from Cornell University. His findings didn't match the current paradigm. So he was fired. People didn't want to believe that. It didn't match what they were teaching. It didn't match their beliefs. Science is supposed to help us change our beliefs, not get people fired because they discover the truth. Crazy. And Caldwell Esselstyn as well, he reversed heart disease with food. And again, he thought he was going to wipe out heart disease as an illness. It's still the #1 killer in the Western world. He was laughed at by his peers, fellow cardiologists, calling him a quack. I can't remember all the other choice words that they were calling him, but yeah, he was not heralded as a pioneer. He was laughed at, ostracized, until those peers got sick. If you've ever watched the Forks Over Knives documentary, you'll see the irony. One of his cardiologist peers got heart disease. Oh, all his medications and his own way of dealing with it didn't work. So he went to Esselstyn, and Esselstyn put him on his protocol, his nutrition protocol. Oh, and he reversed his heart disease, right? Our progress will always threaten those who benefit from the status quo. And so if these great leaders in our plant-based space get mocked, of course we're going to as well. Success triggers others. It's normal. But here's what's at stake if you don't learn how to navigate this. Here's what's at stake if you don't learn to find a way through it. You will shrink yourself. You dim your light. You will sabotage yourself to remain liked, to fit in with the crowd. You'll stay stuck just to avoid someone's judgment. You'll give up on your goals to avoid those comments, to avoid rocking the boat, to avoid being ostracized from the crowd. And honestly, that doesn't help anyone. It enables their poor behavior, and it doesn't help you get to where you want to be. It doesn't help you to achieve your goals. So what you actually really need in these moments is to have really strong boundaries about how people treat you, about the treatment that you are willing to accept. And when you hold strong boundaries, and boundaries always have a consequence, when you hold your boundaries, you stay committed. You keep going even if others get triggered. You start to transform. You start to create real change. You inspire other people. You become undeniable. And I always like to say, I was going to say the haters. Allow the haters to be. And just allow yourself to become a walking billboard of what's possible. Because there are other people out there who won't be triggered by your success. There will be other people out there who are inspired by your success. And they are your people. There will be friends out there, friends and family members out there who will love seeing your growth. They will love supporting you. They will love seeing you get healthy. They're your people. The people who have to put you down, steal your thunder, mock you, belittle you, criticize you, they're not your people. It's okay. So how do we deal with this stuff? And I want to remind you, this is probably what Caldwell Esselstyn and Colin Campbell did as well. Something along these lines. First of all, right, let people be who they are. Let the haters hate. Let the criticizers criticize. You can't change them. They just are who they are. As Mel Robbins says in The Let Them Theory, if you haven't read that, by the way, go and read it. It is an incredible book. It has helped so many people. It helps my clients. I loved it. I absolutely, it's such a simple tool. Let people show you who they really are. Let them be triggered. Let them project. Let them criticize. Let them defend their ego. Let them be arseholes if they want to be arseholes. And know that their behavior is about them and not about you. Okay? You're not trying to change their behavior. You're just allowing them to show you who they are, who they truly are. Because people will put up masks and faces just to fit into the crowd. But in a moment of tension, that's who people really are. That's who people really show up, how people really show up. So let them be who they are. Don't try and change them. Don't say that people shouldn't behave that way. Why shouldn't they? Let them be who they're going to be. That's who they are. You can't change that. You just need to hold, which is number 2, hold loving boundaries with real consequences. Now, boundaries aren't speeches. It's not about trying to change the other person. It's just action. The consequence is the action. And my boundary is, I used to say it as I don't dance with the people who don't want to dance with me. It's like, I'm not going to have conversations with people who are trying to belittle me and put me down. Right? If that's who you are, I'm just going to walk away because it's pointless. You're not here to support me. You're an asshole. So I don't need to try and change you and argue with you. I don't argue with idiots. I just walk away. I walk away from online conversations. I walk away from in-person conversations. I don't mind losing friends. I have lost many friends. Since I became okay with losing friends, I've lost people who are not good for me. And that's been powerful because then I find the people who are good for me, who support my growth, who support my evolution. I don't want people in my sphere who want to hold me down and keep me locked in their model of who they think I should be. I'm here for more than that. And I want to help you become more than that as well. I want to help you expand who you're being and be the best version of yourself because it is possible. You've just got to let these people go. So you need to hold these loving boundaries with real consequences. Unfortunately, sometimes that's family members too, right? You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. Yeah, so I literally got up and walked away from that conversation the other night. Not with drama, not with heat. I just got up and walked away. Right? I'm not available for this energy. This is bullshit. Didn't even say that. I just got up and left. Didn't say anything. I don't have to say anything. If someone can't meet you with kindness, with curiosity, with respect, just remove yourself. It's okay. You don't have to have a fight. You don't have to cause drama. Just remove yourself. No explanation required. And number 3, you decide. It's Mel Robbins' Let Me. Decide what you're going to do with that relationship, or what you're going to do moving forwards. So now that you've witnessed someone's behavior, you get to consciously choose, do I want that person in my life? Do they add value to my life? Or are they draining? Are they adding drama to my life? Do I feel safe around them? Do they respect me? Do they celebrate my successes? Do they try and compete with me? You're allowed to change the level of access that people have to your life. And it's okay to let people go. This is what Lisa was saying. She's going through, she's realizing that some people, friends, are not really her friends. They don't support her. They've gotten very, very triggered about her success. And so she's now starting to make that uncomfortable decision about letting them go. I have another client who's moved away from complete friend groups. She's realized that they're not her people. The people who, indulge in a lot of very unhealthy behavior. And she's finding her new tribe, which I think is powerful, because that is going to keep her on that path. These are her right people. And I can just see her blossoming and glowing. Number 4, stay focused on your path. Success does require sacrifice. We're always sacrificing something. We're either sacrificing our goals, or we're sacrificing the comfortable life that we know to achieve our goals. And some people won't come with you. Some people won't support you. Some people will get triggered by your success, and that is okay. Keep working on your dreams. Keep working on your goals. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on your health. Do the inner work. Stick with your plant-based lifestyle. Stick with your healthy habits. Right? Remember this. If even Caldwell Esselstyn and Colin Campbell were ridiculed, mocked, doubted, treated like they were ostracized by their whole communities, yet now they are leaders, absolute leaders, heralded in the space of nutrition and disease reversal. Right? If they can push through that level of resistance and abandonment of criticism, you can handle a triggered friend or a family member at a dinner party. You matter. Your health matters. Your goals matter. Right? This is your life. No one else has to live in your body but you. Nobody else can achieve your goals but you. Nobody else can create the health and the vibrancy and the calorie deficit but you. And the human body doesn't lie. The brain does. The brain lies to us all the time. It's a meaning-making machine. It just wants to keep us safe and comfortable. It doesn't want us to grow. But your human body will bear the brunt. So make sure that your brain is not getting scared about what other people are doing or saying. Make sure that your brain is focused on what your body really needs and wants. Put your body and your health first. Because remember, your brain health is also your body health. Feed your brain well, feed your body well, your brain will be fed well. Come back to being that example, being that shining light that people just can't ignore. Normalize being healthy. Normalize being at a healthy weight. We've normalized weight gain as just something that everybody does, especially as they get older. Normalize that. Normalize not being that. We need more people who can normalize that aging doesn't necessarily need to be putting on weight and getting sick. Let's be the exception. Be the example that people cannot ignore. Be that shining light. Give other people hope. All right. By the way, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you've got any questions, if any of this is resonating, please let me know. If you've got some people in your world who are aggravated by your success or aggravated by your habits, your food, by what you're doing, let me know, because it's a very real thing, especially when they've known you one way all of your life. And if you've got any questions too, like any specific questions, please drop them in the chat. Happy to answer them before we finish up. I'm just keeping an eye on the comments here. Thanks for joining in, Trina and Denise as well. So here's in summary, this is a short one today, short one for you. Here in summary today, your changes, your success, it's going to trigger some people, not everybody, right? Not everybody, but some people in your life, it is going to trigger. And that is normal. Because people don't like change. People don't like to be challenged. And it's all ego-driven. And I don't mean ego as in big head. It's like subconscious identity. It's their identity is being challenged. Their beliefs are being challenged. So keep going. Keep going even when people are triggered. Even when people doubt you, tell you that you have no freaking idea what you're talking about, you're talking a crock of shit, and they try and, lord themselves and maybe their credentials over you. I just want to remind you that even many dietitians don't even know where protein comes from, which is ridiculous. Right. Yeah. Many of them don't know how to create weight loss. Haven't been taught that. If you watch Trisha's story from a couple of weeks ago, she worked with a dietitian for 2 years and couldn't understand the behaviors that were keeping her out of a calorie deficit zone. She wasn't really taught how to achieve a calorie deficit. She wasn't really taught what to do. So yeah, people have expertise in certain areas, but we all have expertise in different areas, and that's okay. I don't know how to be a naturopath either. I don't know how to be a sports scientist. I was a PT once, but, different qualification. I'm not challenging their expertise, but I am challenging, well, for one of them, I did challenge his knowledge on diabetes reversal because he had it wrong. How do I know that? Doubt a sports science degree teaches him about food and diabetes reversal. So I want you to keep going, even if people are triggered by you, by your success, by your changes, even when people doubt you, when they project their insecurities onto you, just keep going. Let them be who they are. Let them have their insecurities. Let them project. Let them criticize. Let them do all the things, right? But hold boundaries with them. You don't have to listen to it. You can walk away. You just hear it. You can say, hey, I don't like being treated like this. If you do that again, I'm going to walk away. Doesn't control their behavior, but it does tell them what your standard is and what your consequence is. You will walk away if they keep doing it. And then you must follow through on that consequence. No point saying to somebody you're going to walk away from the conversation if you don't, because then you have very weak boundaries, leaky boundaries. Just let people be who they are and protect your peace. Choose your circle wisely. Allow people to show you who they are and choose the people who support you. Choose wisely so that you can stay focused on the life, the health, the body that you're building. Yes, your success or your changes will trigger some people, but it's going to inspire so many more. And they're your people. Be the person who keeps going anyway and show them how it's done. Show them, be the example to them how you keep going, even when there are people out there who disagree with you, who don't want you to succeed. It's a big life lesson, I think, that many of us have to lead, that many of us have to experience or have to learn. I know starting my coaching business, that triggered a lot of people to start with. When I started doing this, a lot of people didn't want to see me succeed. Here we are almost 6 years later. Hello. Hi, guys. Some of them are actually starting to listen to me now. So there you go. If even I face it, you will too. Let me be the guide to show you how to keep going. Do you have any questions, team? Please drop them in the comments. All righty, team. And if your circle of friends, your environment, the people that you hang with are one of the reasons that you are self-sabotaging, you are going back to old behaviors, you're trying to fit in with them, you are doing what makes them feel comfortable instead of you. My next challenge is going to be for you. This is one of our self-sabotaging behaviors, putting other people's needs and desires and wants for you ahead of your own. Our tribe, our environment, including the people that we hang with, are a massive impact on our behavior, on our habits. And so that's what we're going to be addressing on one of the days in Rewire to Release. We kick off in a week today. So what we're also going to be identifying is our overeating behaviors. We're basically going to be identifying all the little things that stop us from achieving the goal that we want to achieve, the behaviors that we have, the habits that we have, that we're repeating, that keep us out of a calorie deficit zone and stop us from achieving that weight. Yes, Danette, find new people. 100% find your tribe. Find the right tribe. The right tribe will come to you when you are being the person that you want to be. Don't try and hang on to old people who don't support you. So yes, Rewire to Release. We're going to be identifying our overeating habits. Did you know that about 60 to 70% of our eating is unconscious? It's not to do with hunger. Not at all. This calorie-rich environment that we live in is encouraging overeating. This plentiful food environment is creating this behavior of overeating. So we're going to be identifying where we might have some of those overeating behaviors. I'm going to give you a simple framework to bust that, start changing those neurons in your brain so that it's no longer automatic behavior. And then we'll be looking at self-sabotage as well. We'll be looking at many of the common ways that we self-sabotage, what self-sabotage actually is, why we do it, what's going on beneath the surface of our awareness. Why are we actually stopping ourselves from achieving success? And again, I will give you another simple framework that can help you identify and break those patterns. You can't change what you do not see. So it's all about building awareness of those habits that are keeping you stuck and then learning what to do with it once you've seen it, because that's the thing too. Many people, we can see it, but we don't know what to do with it next. So this is what is going to help you move forwards, start changing the neurons that are wiring and firing in your brain and start creating new neurons that are like, oh, no, we do this instead. When I feel this way, I do this thing. All right. So if you would like, oh, yes, plus we're also going to be talking about our environment and making sure that our environment, not just our physical environment, but our social environment as well, is one that supports us because it's a massive influence on our behavior. So If you know that you're stuck, you might know what to do, but you're just not doing it. You know you've got some patterns, some habits, some repeated behaviors that are keeping you stuck. This challenge is for you. This is not for anybody who is brand new to plant-based eating and doesn't really know what to do. Hold tight. I'm going to be creating something different for you next year. But for now, this is for people who watched have maybe read all the books, Starch Solution, Chef AJ. You follow all those experts and you know what you should be doing, but you know you've got some patterns of behavior that are keeping you stuck. This challenge is for you. So let me know in the comments if you would like details on that, or please send me a message. Make sure that we're friends on Facebook, by the way, team. If we're not friends on Facebook, then anything that I send you to your inbox goes to your spam folder. You don't get it. That's all the freebies that I give away. It's the training repeats. It's the, when you want to come and join a challenge and I message you about it, you don't get those messages. So it's important that you either message me to get that information or send me a friend request. For some of you, I can't send you friend requests. I don't know, just the way your profile is set up or the way Facebook works. If we've got no friends in common, then it doesn't allow me to send a friend request. So please send me one, and I'll make sure that goes out to you. I'll give you that information. We can have a quick chat about where you're stuck at the moment. We'll go through the 5 days, and then we can decide if it's a fit for you. So, Danette, I've just seen your comment. Just like with food, let the healthy food crowd out the unhealthy. Yes, so you can find a new person. Yes, then too. Yes. And your new people can crowd out the ones who don't serve you anymore. 100%. Yes, you'll find your tribe. Other use. Thanksgiving is on Thursday, one of the big challenges. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, 100%. So that's why I'm doing that today. A couple of weeks ago, I did the session on, how to keep going through the holidays so that you don't put on weight. So if you want to go back, or if you want a link to that one, just let me know and I'll send that to you as well. I give you my holiday guide and my recipes. But yes, being around people and food pushers and people who have their opinions and their criticisms about what you do or don't eat, they all come out at this time of year as well, especially in those family gatherings. So that's why I'm doing a couple of these sessions, to make sure that you are set up, that you are not going to just revert to making other people feel comfortable. Make yourself feel comfortable and remove yourself from the people who make you feel uncomfortable. That's the way to keep going. All right, team. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here, Denise, Jeanette, Trina, Deb, Melissa. Not sure who else is still watching, but thanks for tuning in. Oh, yes, and Christopher, you are here as well. So I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. For those of you who are in the US, enjoy your time and walk away from the conversations that do not serve you. Remember, it's okay. Best of luck. And if you want details on the challenge, please don't forget to message me. All right, team, going to sign off now. Have a good one. Ciao.